Welcome into the Cactus Golf Podcast.
Podcast.
Episode
We're doing a podcast? What is this?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I have the wrong notes.
Oh, yeah?
I'm just kidding. Keep rolling.
Reset.
No, not
Episode
reset.
number 24. We had some breaking kind of news that we kind of shifted our first opening topic on. You know, quick little reset again for what we were going to talk about. But yeah, the USGA and RNA kind of dropped a bombshell on the golf world. So we're going to go over that real quick. We're going to do the Players Review, the Players Championship. We got LIV Tucson this week, right in our backyard. Valspar Championship, betting corner, and then we got a quick interview as well. So we're going to go get started here. The USGA and RNA, they're planning on rolling back golf ball performance, essentially. What the heck?
I mean, this has been a kind of a talk about, are they going to make courses longer to make it more difficult because of the distances these guys are driving these balls? And in my opinion, and this is strictly my opinion, obviously, and I think the opinion of many PGA golfers who have already spoken about this so far, it is absurd. It's absurd. It's ridiculous. It's going to roll them back on average of
15 to 30 yards.
15 to 20 is what I saw, but let's say 15 to 30 yards. Okay. Really?
For me,
so instead of hitting a wedge or a 9-iron in, they're going to be hitting an 8-iron or 8-iron? Okay, whatever. It's so stupid. It's so stupid.
For me, it's one of those ideas that it gets brought up, but then it's it doesn't get past that point, right? It's something you think about. You're at a meeting. It's okay, what do we got today? And it's hey, this. It's no, just kidding. No. Talk about it for a minute.
This is
or two.
something that the unpopular person brings up, and then everyone in the class. This is the person when you're in class and they say, "Hey, weren't we supposed to have a quiz today?"
I don't know.
And everyone looks at him like, "What the heck?" Yeah. This is that person who brings up something like that.
It's just it's one of those
ideas
that
we should go ahead and start and roll back the golf ball.
It doesn't get past the idea stage.
More boring.
I don't think it's anything like that. It's just it doesn't get past the idea stage. You spitball it. You're okay, interesting, but no. You're no. But basically, yes. What does it mean? Basically, is that they want to scale back performance of the golf balls just for elite players. It's not me and you on the golf course. You're going to lose 30 yards. No. We do that on our own.
Yeah, exactly. But left or right.
So basically, what that would be is comparing distances to what they were in the late '90s, basically. So pushing the drives and basically back. For the most part, drives is what I saw would impact more somehow, some way through the ball manufacturers, whatever. Basically, back to the late '90s. And so why? Like you said, courses, performance has gotten to the point where courses are, kind of, I guess, out of date, you could say. But really, it just changes the game, kind of, sort of. It's, like I said, they're hitting shorter clubs into the greens.
Yeah, and I saw, not only are the players not happy about this, the brands themselves too.
Well, they're going to have to do so much research and development.
Correct.
That's the main reason for them.
Correct.
Yeah.
The brands have put out statements. I know, Acushnet, the owner of Titleist, FJA, all that. They were very vocal about being not liking this at all, right? And they said that we've talked about this before. I forgot what episode this was. It was a while back.
We talked about the courses and everything
and
that.
The scoring changes throughout the years. Throughout the past, I don't know, I forgot what time frame. It was 20, 30 years. The average score has only went down a few strokes. It's very, very minimal. Very minimal for them to make this drastic of a change. I mean, I shouldn't even say drastic, because 15 to 30 yards is not really drastic. It kind of is a little bit, but I don't think it warrants this. Plus, golf is exciting. People like seeing that stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of the pushback, and it is, and the bombs and everything are cool.
You like to see a short par 4. Yeah. You like to see them was it Max Homa last week, or someone just hit the flag pin?
Homa hit it on the fly.
Yeah, crazy. That's cool to see. That's fun. But no, he'll be landing 15 to 30 yards short from that to next time. No one wants that.
Yeah, man. So I mean, like I said, we talked about it. Courses have been forced to kind of alter the way they are set up and the way they're built, and kind of push things back, and they make them harder in other ways with bunkers.
I'm good with that.
No, that's fine. I do get the only argument kind of for it was that they changed the course, right, and they the way they do that, or different obstacles, bunkers, trees, whatnot. But then also faster greens is one thing I think we've seen lately over the last few weeks at least, and especially in Florida, and so the faster greens lead to just slower play time, which we've definitely seen on tour. I think the PGA can kind of finagle that because we've seen a lot of tournaments where certain days have trickled into the next day, where not all the players can finish in one day. So I would like to see an end to that. I don't like seeing them having to start rounds and then play a full round.
I understand, obviously.
But I think the PGA can also, impact that as well. Just timing, scheduling. Of
course.
I don't know. I guess they can't really
put
a time limit on them, but you can, I don't know, do something to kind of encourage faster play maybe.
I think there is a time limit, as to how long they have to, they can't wait forever to play the next shot. I'm pretty sure there's
a certain time limit for searching for balls.
But I'm almost positive there's a time limit for how long they
maybe a shot, but I don't know about on greens. Maybe it's different.
I don't know. We'll look it up while we're talking. But real quick, I know I saw this too. Another argument for the reason why they want to do this was because you think of other sports, football, baseball, basketball, hockey. They all use, and again, those are a little bit much more team sports, but they use the exact same ball, right? Throughout the entire NBA, they all use the same ball, right? Throughout all of NHL, they all use the same style pucks. So that was, again, I'm not saying I agree with this. I'm just saying that I saw this as one of the arguments why they were introducing this as well, is because it creates a more unified, everyone has the same.
So my pushback that I would have for that is what I actually tweeted at, or replied to a tweet about this exact thing. It was the fact that, again, Formula One, they have certain regulations, and they change actually the regulations every, I can't remember exactly, but 5 to 6 years. So the cars basically are brand new. It's a brand new car every 5 to 6 years, and so the teams have to adapt. And it kind of shuffles the field a little bit. For the most part, the best teams are still the best, but it does offer the ability to for a poor team to kind of shoot the up the standings a little bit. And I thought it was kind of interesting in that aspect. I don't think it's a 1-to-1 comparison, but I think it's kind of interesting just to think about as far as a thought exercise of what that would look like, as far as maybe as certain players just shoot up the ratings if they did do this. Again, it'd be kind of an interesting thought exercise about how that would impact play, who would adjust better and whatnot. So I think it's an interesting thought just about what that would look like. But I don't think it's a great, for one, I don't think it's a great 1-to-1 comparison because it's a little different sports. But I thought that was interesting just on as far as changing regulations like that. But I still don't agree with it. I wouldn't do it. I don't think it's quite necessary, but it is kind of an interesting thought exercise in that aspect.
I did find that PGA players have between 40 to 60 seconds limit between shots depending on where they are located. So there's certain, if you're the first to hit a tee shot on a hole, then you have 60 seconds. Everyone else after you has 40 seconds, which is interesting. I feel like they take much longer than that.
I'm sure it's I'm sure it's pretty relaxed because it's somebody in the crowd yelled okay, I'm gonna reset.
Well,
the
yeah,
clock
I'm sure there's stipulations.
Got to get a ruling and whatnot. Yeah, got to do all this. I'm sure there's this. It's pretty. I think it's a pretty loose rule.
Yeah.
But then there's this term I kept seeing the other day when this got announced was bifurcation. Did you see that at all? So I saw it and I was like, what the heck is that? I kind of understand in context, but I looked it up. So it means a different set of rules for amateurs and pros. Simple enough, right?
Yeah.
Just like high school baseball teams use metal bats, majors use wooden.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's when you put it in a context like that. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But still, I don't think it's quite the same.
I would love to see ML, but also I feel like it's a danger to have an MLB player swing
a
metal
bat.
They'd be rocketing balls at people. But it would be cool to see it. I would love to see a home run derby with a metal bat. That'd be cool. That'd be fun to see. But I think there's a safety concern.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
Aspect.
The pitchers would be, oh my god.
You have to wear catcher's gear if you're a pitcher. Just taking a ball straight back to the chest.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. If you put it in that context, it makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
But also, it's still kind of unnecessary, I think. So
I think
it's also it's not going to happen. So basically, what's going to happen next is USGA and RNA are gathering feedback about the idea. You can understand what that's going to look like.
Yeah, they got the pros and cons. And it's just the cons.
So, and they're going to decide whether to implement it or not. And so, if they do, they'll take effect by January. They'll have to decide by the end of this year. And if they do, then it'll take effect January 1st, 2026. But and it was interesting. Another point was it's each tournament's tour's ability to pick the rule up, basically, or not. So they don't have to. Even if they implement it, the PGA doesn't have to accept it in their tournaments. But the USGA runs the US Open.
Correct.
So they said they would implement it for the US Open regardless of what PGA does or anything. So it could be one tournament, if it did get accepted, it would play by these rules, and the rest of the tournaments would.
I think the USGA runs the everything, all the majors besides the Open. I think that's the only one that they don't.
I think they run the U.S. Open.
I think they run the Masters, too.
I think it's just the Masters runs the Masters.
I wonder.
Because the 4 heads that are on the OWGR, 4 of them are all the 4 majors, main people. And then PGA, Jay Monahan, and then there's other people on it, too. But I know the 4 major people that run the majors have their heads are part of the OWGR, so I think it's all separate. So, yeah, U.S. Open, I could be wrong, I guess, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
I don't know.
But I thought it was interesting that PGA could basically say no, but then if LIV, if PGA did say yes and LIV said no, so that would be huge. That's why PGA, it's guaranteed they don't, because if they said yes, I guarantee more people would go to LIV just from that, guaranteed. Not a ton, but I guarantee some would.
I was going to ask you that question. I was thinking in my head, does anyone make that decision? Again, it's not until 2026 this rule takes effect, so you've got a many years in between. I don't know. I don't know. I feel indifferent on if people would.
Did you hear what Charlie Hoffman said? No. He was going off on him. He was saying this is be the end of the USGA if they do this. He was going off on a Sirius XM channel I saw. So just the fact that the feedback they got, I guarantee people will go there. And then I guess it'd be DP World Tour. I bet they would all probably follow the PGA, I would imagine, whatever they do. But I thought that was interesting as well.
All right, let's keep rolling.
Yeah, so
full episode.
That was the quick rundown. I'm sure we'll obviously get more of that as we move along in the year. Don't expect it to happen. But let's go to the players review here. Scottie Scheffler kind of blows away the field, winning by 5 strokes. And he handled the pressure. I don't know if anybody watched on Sunday, but the final round, basically like a pro, he bogeyed the first hole, I believe. Yeah, bogeyed the first hole, and Minwoo Lee birdied. So it shrunk the gap. He had a 2-shot lead going into the final round. It was 1 shot after that, the first hole, but then after that it was just the Scottie show.
The Scottie show. Secured his 6th victory, and this was the 2nd victory this season, obviously following the Waste Management Phoenix Open. So he has won 2 elevated events. He has won some cash.
A lot of money.
I saw some estimates that his caddy has won over $3 million. Earned over $3 million so far too. It's wild.
No. Not bad work if you can get it.
No, absolutely not. Did you see Golf Digest made a list of days in between their 1st and their 6th win?
I see that.
Yeah, so Scottie was this was 392 days in between his 1st and his 6th win, and no surprise, the leader in this, who has the shortest amount of time between their 1st and their 6th, was Tiger Woods, obviously, with 273 days in between. So less than a calendar year. Very impressive, obviously.
There was somebody else that was beat Scheffler as well.
There's 2 others, Jack Nicklaus and David Duval.
Duval, that was right. There's one kind of more random name in there. Not random, but
yeah.
We saw also saw 3 hole-in-ones at 17.
That was kind of crazy. I forgot about that.
I watched the one live on Sunday. It was crazy because it bounced off the green. It hit the little small patch of rough that's there, and then just one-hopped, right? Just dunked after the one-hop. That's crazy. So, honestly, they talked about it on the broadcast, and if it hadn't landed in the cup, it would have shot off the green.
Probably,
honestly.
yeah.
Because it came out really high up off surprised it was that high of a hop off the rough kind of the edge there. And it definitely was shot off the green. So that was kind of bizarre. But, hey, whatever.
Good for him.
You'll take it. And we had 58 balls in the water for the whole weekend as well.
58.
So that kind of humbles the pros a little bit, I'm sure.
Yeah. Did you see they showed a flashback to, I forgot how long ago. It was black and white, I think, was the video. So
a couple of years ago.
Yeah. It wasn't last year or any time in the year 2000. But it was like an amateur was playing, and they were like, it was like at a tournament, and like this amateur played, and he shot, don't quote me, I'll have to pull it up again. I think he shot like an 80 or a 90 on 17.
No, that wasn't a pro.
It was not a pro. I said he's an amateur.
Okay. I was going to say.
Unless he's a pro. No, absolutely not.
I don't think
Jesus
it was an amateur
Christ.
even. I think it was like a Joe Schmo event.
Oh,
is what I took.
Well,
from
amateur, I guess you can think.
Sure, yeah.
Right.
I think it was like
he shot like a 200 in some total for all 18 holes.
I think it was some rando.
He lost I forgot how many golf balls he lost. It was some astronomical.
That was it. You
number.
sent me that video. Yeah.
Yeah, that is insane. I honestly,
it wasn't black and white. I remember it. It
wasn't black and white.
Yeah, it was kind of grainy, but it wasn't black and white.
Whatever. Yeah, that was.
I bet it was like early '90s, but probably. I bet.
Yeah, maybe.
But that was stupid. I don't even know what the background was.
There was like fans there.
It was like a whole tournament and everything.
Legit.
And this guy took like 30 shots.
Like I wonder if like
they looked like it wasn't even like a slice. It was just like a little poof. Like like on the tee of 17, it hits it like 10 yards. To the right, like not even close.
And then he goes to the drop zone and he's just ricocheting in the water. But I wonder if, like, you know how everyone talks about how they would like to have, like, an amateur play with the pros, just, like, get a comparison to see, like, how good they actually are. I wonder if, like, that year they're like, all right, let's go ahead and try this out. And then this dude shoots, like, a 260-something. They're like, all right, scratch that one. We ain't doing this one again.
Actually, I think that would be a good way to get, like, more people into golf. Because it would, like, even people that have never tried, they, like, get them out there. Like, they don't want to be out there, and they perform really bad. But then, like, that gets them hooked. Because they're like, I know I can do better than that.
Yeah.
I bet that would be a good way to get people hooked.
I feel like that person has to go dead last in the day. Like, they have to go...
Well, it wouldn't play with the pros, I wouldn't say.
Exactly.
They wouldn't play with the pros. That'd be like a Tuesday, Wednesday kind of deal.
That'd be fun to... Well, yeah, that'd be fun to watch. I would watch it for a little bit. I don't know, sometimes it's a little painful to watch that sometimes.
I'd probably just watch the highlights.
It's like that person you're watching at the course just like keeps hitting like that. You're like, oh, Jesus, just pick up the ball, man. Let's just go. Let's just go. All right.
And other news, actually, real quick. Tom Hoagie set the course record.
Oh, that's right.
Saturday, 62.
Yes. I forgot who the previous
I did not
course record was, but I saw the video and he was watching it while he was actually on the course, different course, and he was watching it and he's like, damn. He was like all mad that he broke his record. It was pretty cool to see.
Set the record, 10 under.
And then he flew back commercial.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
Sweet, or like C17 or something.
Something like that.
He tweeted it.
All right, real quick. Two truths and a lie. Again, I had to keep searching here. So you're gonna find some interesting information that I found about Scottie Scheffler, and you're gonna tell me what's a lie. First one is that his favorite club in his bag is a 60-degree wedge. The second one is his shoe size is an 11.5. And the third one is he loves roller coasters.
Yeah, I think he's kind of tall. 11.5 is a small foot for. I think he's at least like 6'1".
I just wanted also to start this off. We started keeping track as of last week.
I'm 0 for 1.
You're 0 for 1. Yes. 0 for 1. You obviously weeks prior.
I think I was like 50-50. I think previously.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm gonna say the 11.5 is fake news because I think he's taller.
So that is actually true. His shoe size is 11.5. He is actually deadly afraid of heights, so he hates roller coasters. Again,
I feel like I've heard that before. Maybe.
I am literally trying to find anything I can find about these guys. If they keep winning, this is all I got. So, scorecard stands 0 for 2 now, my friend. That's all right.
Save my wins for betting corner.
Well, we'll get there. All right, what you got next?
So we got LIV Tucson here. So we're going to be going to this actually on Saturday. Hopefully the rain holds off.
I saw no more rain though.
Really?
Yes, I saw it completely went away. But go ahead, keep going.
But yeah, so LIV Tucson, the Gallery Golf Club. It's a par 71. I found, again, a couple different yardages. 74, 69 is what I found.
That's what I got.
Okay. Betting favorite, Joaquin Neiman. So Paul Casey, interestingly enough, I was on LIV's website. He's like their power rankings number 1. Somebody just wrote up an article. He was their number 1 power ranking. So he went. He played golf at Arizona State, so he lives in Arizona. So they're equating the desert golf kind of vibe. I'm assuming there. So, but Joaquin Niemann betting favorite on DraftKings, but Paul Casey number 1 on LIV. Interesting enough, I'll get to this. I'll just plug this now. I was going to plug it later, but Paul Casey actually won the Valspar 2 years in a row prior to Sam Burns winning it 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
So. Interesting little plug there as well. I actually have that in my Valspar notes, but I wanted to plug that there with the Casey news there.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
We got a purse of $25 million, with $20 million going to the individual and $5 million going to the team winner. It's obviously spread out first. So big money.
Big money. And again, kind of a correlation again. A LIV event correlated with a non-designated event with PGA. They don't want to obviously compete with that. So they're no coincidence. They did that on purpose for sure.
Yep. And did we talk about last time their first tournament a few weeks back? Their television ratings.
Yeah, it was not good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough.
I mean, you kind of expect it.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I mean, I couldn't even find it the first day.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, it's what it is. Not too surprising. I think it'll probably get better, but yeah.
One other thing too is I was actually talking to someone about the LIV event being in Tucson and how I was going, and this person actually lives in Tucson who I was talking to, and he said that I think I saw an article about this that LIV got fined like some crazy amount of money for cutting down saguaro cactuses because they're actually like protected in the state of Arizona. And so they were on the course and they were like putting up bleachers and pop-ups and stuff like that, and they cut down apparently a bunch of them, and they got fined for all of them, and they were just like, how much is it? Let's cut them all down. Like that's a little crazy. So I actually did. I remember I saw actually an article about this, but they cut apparently a bunch of them down.
I feel like they should share the costs with the golf course. It's not like the golf course didn't know that was going to happen. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean,
or the golf. I mean, but you can't tell me they didn't know that was going to happen.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's LIV. They're putting up. They're selecting spots. I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't know how that contract all pans out, but it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, I didn't really have anything else on Tucson. Again, we don't have a previous winner yet, obviously, so that's all I got. I guess I got a pick. Yeah, I got a pick here. I'm actually I'm holding strong. I picked Bryson last time. I'm going to pick him again. His teammate won, Charles Howell III, last time. And he won the team event as well, but his team won the team event. So I'm going to pick Bryson. And again, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling it.
I am also going with my pick from last LIV event, Cam Smith. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm excited to see him play. I don't think I've ever seen Cam Smith play in person. No.
I don't think so.
No. So that'd be cool to see.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen Bryson play. Did we see him in TPC Waste Management?
I believe so.
Remember we saw Bubba Watson.
Saw Brooks.
Yep. I don't know if I've ever seen DJ play actually either. Now I think about this.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I
mean, he might have been there. We didn't actually see him though.
Yeah.
When we went to Waste Management.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah. So we got Valspar Championship. So Sam Burns, he said, 2-time defending champion. Again, previously to that was 2-time defending champion as well. So back-to-back winners. Interestingly enough. So at Innisbrook Resort Copperhead Course in Palm Harbor, Florida, still in Florida. Swing par 71 again. I got 7,340 yards there. Purse $8.1 million.
I looked at the previous winners. They talked about actually the people, but just their scorings, and again, it's all over the place. Sam Burns won the last 2 years, finished at 17 under for both times. But Paul Casey was 8, and then 10, then you got a 14, then you got a 7, then you got a 7, then you got a 15. So we got a little bit of a little swing. So I'm guessing probably like low teens is where this is gonna finish off this week.
I'm gonna go single digits.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know. Not really. It's kind of. I'm kind of going off of the they're gonna try and make the greens fast again. Try and get those long hitters.
It could be
messed up.
I know the field. They have 5 of the world's top 25 this week. Actually some decent names this week. I was actually kind of
pleasantly surprised. 10 of the top 50 is what I had. Yeah.
So I was pleasantly surprised to see that.
Justin Thomas betting favorite.
Yes.
Yeah, he's at plus 1100.
You got
Jordan Spieth, Sam Burns,
Matt
Fitzpatrick. Yeah.
Not bad.
I think Justin Rose, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
All right. So who is your pick?
I'm going non-designated event. I'm going kind of off the rails. I'm going Wyndham Clark.
That's not bad. Where has he's been? Where's he been this year so far this season?
He's been doing all right. He's been hanging in there. I didn't have his exact finishes here. Let me see if I can get his most recent finishes pulled up here. Let's see.
I remember
he was tied 27th at the Players. Let's see, tied 34th at Arnold Palmer. Genesis tied 33rd. So he's been hanging around. Phoenix Open tied 10th. So he's been up there making cuts. Doing some damage.
Yeah, that's good. All right, my pick is Mr. Jordan Spieth this week. So this season so far, he had only 2 top 10s this season. He's number 14 in OWGR. He's played this course particular 5 different times. He has 4 top 25s, 2 top 10s, and 1 win actually.
Yeah, was that 2015? I think it was.
That sounds right. Yep, 2015. So I think he's got it in the bag. Plus he was in. He played pretty well last week. He
shot 6 under Saturday to get him in contention.
Yeah.
He was even going into Saturday, 6 under, and then he shot even again Sunday. Yeah. Just that's like the Jordan Spieth experience, man. I'm telling you, he's just has a hard time putting it all together for a full weekend.
This is the weekend.
I almost picked him in a parlay, but I ditched the parlay.
Gotcha.
So, we can. I guess you want to. You got your pick, Jordan Spieth. Let's move on to betting corner here. I think I went first last time, but you gave us the update first. Though.
So last week I picked up 104 units. You didn't have anything from last week hit, so the scorecard currently stands. You're minus 571. I'm minus 313. So we're starting to spread out a little bit, my friend.
Well, that's what we were. We were that way before last week when I was up I was even. I think the week prior to that you were.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had the whole freaking dead heat.
All right, so you said I'm going first?
Yeah.
All right, my first one is I'm going a little bit different of a strategy. Actually, pretty different of a strategy here. I'm going Adam Hadwin. I'm going top 5. Odds are plus 500, 16 units.
Okay.
You'll see what my strategy is here in a second.
You're right. So I'm going Nick Hardy, top 10, plus 930 units on that one.
Okay.
A little heavy.
Heavy
hitter.
What was the odds again?
Plus 900.
And you're going 30 units. Holy, that is pretty heavy. All right, I got Justin Rose. Top 5 odds are plus 450, 19 units from Mr. Rose.
Mr. Rose. Okay. Yeah, he's one of the bigger names up there. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going another Englishman. I'm going Tommy Fleetwood.
Oh.
Top 5. Plus 520 units. He's my big hitter I got this week. He did all right last week. He played well.
Yeah.
So I got Fleetwood top 5. Let's go, baby.
I have the exact same pick as my next one. Tommy Fleetwood top 5 odds plus 500, 17 units. So just a little bit less than what you have him for. So
I don't like having the same pick, but it's all right.
It is what it is, man.
So I got Justin Suh.
Okay.
Justin Suh. Top 5.
Suh, bro.
I think that's a T-Box favorite. They're like, Suh, or whatever.
Yeah.
T-Box. Justin Suh, top 5, plus 820 units.
I got Matt Fitzpatrick, top 5. Odds are plus 330, 24 units.
Man, he's been like...
I had not been a fan. I will fully admit.
I'm not a fan. I wouldn't say I'm a fan or not a fan, but I've been picking him because I thought he's going to do it, and he just hasn't been doing it.
He has not. No. We're out of an elevated event. I think a little bit less pressure. I think this is the time he needs to show up. If he does not show up this week, I feel like the rest of the season is in the wash for him.
I was backing him after he had a poor performance. I think it was at Genesis. I think I backed him the next week or 2 weeks later. And I was like, you know what? I think, the analytical mindset, I think he gets it right going to Florida. and he just washed out. So I think I need to see it before I go back to him again. I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna try and beat his performance. I'm gonna try and wait for it and then kind of follow it. So my next one here is Denny McCarthy, top 5, plus 750, 20 units. So I got one big play with Fleetwood and then some lower mid tier.
My last one is I got JT, Spieth, and Burns triple chance. Odds are plus 330, 24 units.
That was like the top one, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
like the lowest odds,
Correct.
shortest odds.
Yes, correct. So I've got nothing but top 5s and outrights.
I was, like I said, I was kind of tweaking with the parlay, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to bank on two things. I'd rather have
that's the first way we didn't go. Parlay.
So I'm going my last one here. Wyndham Clark. I'm sticking with the outright. That's plus 3,500, 10 units.
I think it's going to be a good week.
So I got Clark and Hardy are my two. If I hit on one of those two, it's back and I might be ahead.
Well, it depends on how I perform too, obviously.
Well, yeah. If you hit like one, then I'll be ahead. If you hit two, then probably not.
We'll see. I'm excited for the LIV event this week. I'm excited to actually see this in person.
Yeah, it'll be cool. I think hopefully if the rain holds off, should be a cool environment.
There's no more rain anymore. So.
Should be a cool vibe with the music on the greens, whatnot, and so that'll be cool. And I got a nice little brewery we can go to and watch the fight afterwards as well.
Oh, you found one?
Yeah, I found a brewery we can go to.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
So excited for that.
Yeah.
That's gonna do it. You got anything else? We got the interview coming up.
We have a pretty cool interview coming up next, which I'm pretty excited about. And other than that, I think that's it. We have we'll be doing a giveaway next week on social media, so everyone needs to make sure they're following the page. We had doing the March Madness on the social media page as well, or we called it the bracket.
It's the Final Four.
Channel. We're down to the Final Four. We've got, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head now who our Final Four is. We've got, let's see.
Definitely Grunk Dolpher.
Grunk Dolpher. We've got Bogey Bros, Sunday Swagger, and Shank It. Shank It was one of the underdogs that has so far beat Pins and Aces, which were number 1 seed. And then they previously beat Waggle, which I think they were number 2, I think, in their conference, whatever you want to call it.
A region.
Yeah, region. Sure, we can call it that.
Cinderella story Shank It golf.
Yes. So it'd be interesting to see if they continue it out. But
Cinderella story coming out in March. That'll warm your heart.
Yes. What's kind of interesting is that all of these brands are apparel that are left.
That's not surprising.
No, it's not surprising, but it also kind of is because we had a good mix of brands. We had shoes, we had balls, we had
I would expect
divot cleaners, but it was this is what we're down to. So voting starts Monday the 20th. So no. Yeah, 20th. I'm right. Other than that, enjoy the interview. Stick around for it. It's a really cool one. And
see you next week.
Thank you guys for continuing to listen to the Cactus Golf Podcast. Now for my favorite part of the episode, we get to bring on another guest. This guy, I mean, literally just talking off camera for a second, blew up on Instagram in such a short time. You should see the swing. It's so buttery. It's so smooth. It's amazing. We've got Malosi from Malosigolf on the podcast. What's going on, brother? How are you?
What is up? Thank you for having me on the page.
Absolutely, man. I'm so excited to have you. I saw your content. Let's see, last week I think I started seeing it, and then now that's all I watch now. I'm sitting in the mirror with your video, and I'm imagining you're watching your swing. I'm like, all right, I gotta be just like this guy. This dude is just amazing. It's
unique. It's unique. 5'4" Polynesian, 270. You just don't see it anywhere else,
dude. It's your style, man. You've got it. You rock it, and you own it, which is the best part about it. But let's tell everyone. Let's start from the beginning. Okay. What got you into the golf? Did you start at an early age in life? Did you pick it up later? What'd that look like?
Grew up my whole life playing golf, but golf was always on the back burner.
Okay.
I played baseball. That was the primary sport that I played growing up. My dad got me into golf when I was maybe 4, maybe 5. So I've been playing quite a bit. I took golf more serious when I was 15. I got a hip replacement when I was 15 years old, full hip replacement on my right side. And that's when I took golf serious. It was my freshman year. Made the high school golf team, played all 4 years. Then played college golf for a year in Wyoming.
Oh.
East Wyoming. So I had to learn how to play it nice and low because of the wind. And then, yeah, that's just kind of how it all turned out. So I've been playing serious golf competitively, realistically, since I was like 15.
Okay.
But yeah.
Nice. Did you so you said you played baseball. I was a baseball guy too. Did you hear all the early talks of, you couldn't play baseball and golf at the same time and mess up your baseball swing? I heard that so much, man. So much.
All the time. I had to do a lot of stuff to better my swing, but I got all of my power. Like everyone's always like, how do you hit the ball so far? I owe everything to baseball.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
100%.
100%. Grip it and rip it. Just a baseball swing. I love it. I love it. So let's talk about your golf page. So you started the golf page in September of last year, if I looked correctly, back your first post.
My very first one.
You got 1,000 followers in January of this year. I remember I saw your giveaway that you did for 1,000 followers, and it is now March 9th, and you have over 14,000 followers. Dude,
I don't know. I don't know.
What is it, man? What's the secret? I mean, how much money are you paying for these bots to follow you, man?
Dude, I'm putting my savings into these bots, bro. I'm telling you, my wife's like, "Where's all of our money going?" It's gonna be a return on investment. Don't worry.
Right. That's right. In the long term,
always thinking of my ROIs. No, realistically, it was just like I had a phone call with so once I hit 1,000 followers. Like the whole reason why I even started the golf page was just for fun, right? I work 5 months out of the year and I spend 7 months golfing and like traveling, having fun. And so I was like, why not? I'm a huge fan of Garrett Clark, huge fan of Good.
Absolutely.
And I just said, why not me? Why not me start a page? And and so once I hit 1,000 followers, that's when I was like, I should probably take this a little bit more serious. So I got into like, what times do I post? How much content do I push out a day?
Yeah.
And I got to the point where people were telling me, post 2 times a day, 12 o'clock or 3, and then always at 6 o'clock, like my Mountain Standard Time.
Yep.
And ever since then, I had a couple videos. It took me like 2 videos that just skyrocketed.
Wow.
Hit the moon. And I don't know. Ever since those like 2 to 3 videos went big, that's when my page started to grow super fast.
That's awesome.
And so, after that, it's just consistency. Posting daily.
Absolutely. And that's the thing too, is like, so it didn't start growing really drastically till the last few months, but you started many months before that. But you were consistently posting back then too. So that's the thing too, is people like think that you just all of a sudden just popped up out of nowhere, but you've been posting this entire time. Consistency is a huge aspect to it. I agree. Oh, yeah. But you mentioned you only work 5 months out of the year. Let's just rewind to that part real quick. What do you do 5 months out of the year?
I knock doors for a living. So I do door-to-door sales for Vivint Smart Home.
Okay.
I spend my summers in Lubbock, Texas. So if anyone's in Lubbock, Texas, I will be there April to August. And then come back home end of August, beginning of September, live in St. George. And that's basically it.
Wow. So that's crazy.
I sell like security, like smart home security and solar panels. That's all.
Gotcha. Hard sell real quick in case anyone's in that town, they'll come see you. Answer the door if this guy's knocking on it.
Yeah, please let me in.
That's right. That's awesome. So is your goal with this page and in this journey that you're on to do this full time?
Not necessarily. If it came down to it where numbers became worth it,
Yeah.
then yes. But I like love posting. I love editing.
Yeah.
I love, I love the grind behind the golf.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what makes it easier for me to like post. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like if it came to the point where it did become like a big change where I needed to, then yeah, I would.
Yeah.
But right now this is all just for fun. Like this is just my hobby. And I love doing it.
I mean, just the smile on your face alone. If anyone's watching this on YouTube, just this, like, you can just tell you genuinely love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, it's like the what you just embody and just everything that you express. Like, it just shows how much you care about this and how much you enjoy. Like, this isn't like a 9 to 5 to you. Like, you like look forward to this stuff. I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure. So
I love responding to people.
Yeah.
I love having those conversations, and I think that's why I haven't gotten a lot of hate on my page, in a long time. And like, I think it's just because, like, a lot of like the head pro here at Coral Canyon, him and I were talking today. He's like, dude, your page is so unique because like you can tell that you're having fun.
Yeah.
And you post your bad holes too.
Yes.
I have to.
That's the key, man. That's the key, because people watch these guys that post and they always show the perfect stinger, the hole-in-ones, the crazy putts, but they don't show like the 3-foot putt that they missed, that they yanked to the left. Like, you gotta show that stuff. It happens to everyone. I mean, it happens literally to everyone. Come on.
Oh yeah, you're a professional golfer, and it happens to you all the time.
100%, 100%. So, let's backtrack to you talked a little about hate on your page. When you started, were you nervous about that at all? Like, people commenting and like, I mean, because some people get jealous, man. At the end of the day, people get jealous, and
we see the keyboard warriors once in a while.
Oh my gosh, man! They're sitting in their parents' basement typing away. They're jealous, and it is what it is, right? Were you nervous at all starting this page by people like that?
Not really. I really wasn't, just because, like, my job, I get told no more than anyone in the world.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
Or when it comes to, like, knocking doors.
Yep.
You go to war, You really do. And
For sure.
I always look at it like this. If someone's saying something negative, it means that something worse is going on in their life.
Yeah.
So like, whenever negative stuff does come up, I just apologize. I say, hey man, I'm sorry that you're like, what I did was wrong, and even if I'm in the wrong, it's just like, if you can show like that humility to that person or like that kindness, then maybe they'll like flip the switch and
they'll realize.
They'll realize what they said. I had a post one time on my page, like, why is this like overweight guy swinging the club this way? He doesn't show any, like, he has no pro status. He doesn't show any of his like UGA numbers or anything like that. And I commented back. I said, hey man, if you ever want to play, let me know. I'd love to take you out. And he deleted the post. He deleted his he deleted the post, and then he DM'd me. He's like, hey dude, I apologize for what I said. And it's like little things like that. If you can like be that little bit of like inspiration to someone, you never know what you could do,
Sure.
And you never know what someone's going through in a day.
Absolutely. And plus, like, I see your comments now. You got an army of fans right now, man. They love you. And I think if someone did comment, I think your fans are going to go after that person, to be honest. They're going to tear that person alive. It's going to be crazy.
And I have had a couple people like back me up. So it's like, I get that support too from like my friends, the community here in Southern Utah, even up north. It's crazy. The amount of support I even get from people, like the fans.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I got a hot take for you real quick. Just random question.
Hot take.
You ready for this?
Yep.
Who do you think's gonna win the Masters?
Bro, that's so hard because the course plays to experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always gonna root for Tiger Woods.
Of course.
As like, it's just I've been a fan my entire life. He won the Masters the year I was born in '97.
Look at that.
So him and I have a connection already. I'm just waiting for the day that he calls me.
Is that the hot take you're saying? You're saying Tiger Woods?
Yeah, Tiger, please play with me.
I love it.
He's building a course in Utah, actually, in northern.
Saw that. Was that the
Park City?
Like some crazy distance?
Oh yeah, like how far is it?
8,000.
8,000.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah,
that's
dude, it's
wild.
It is insane. So, but I'll take him. But realistically, I love how good Scheffler's playing right now. But he plays a fade.
Yeah,
that course is a draw course. But I think I don't know. I'm gonna go with these are my top 3. Ready?
Let's hear it.
Number 1, I'm going with John Rahm.
Okay.
2, Tony Finau, because I love Tony.
I love Tony. Who doesn't love Tony?
I know. After watching Full Swing, you just have to, right?
I'm sitting there with like my eyes starting to tear up a little bit watching that thing, man.
You're like, family man. And like, thing is, he's Polynesian. He's Tongan. Simone as well. So it's like, I'm like, all right, I see you, Tony. I got you, bro. But anyways, I got John Rahm in my number 1, Tony 2, and then 3, I'll take Scheffler.
I love it. I can't wait till this exactly thing happens. I'm gonna crop this exact video, post it up. It's gonna go crazy. They're gonna be like thinking you're the next one, man. Like they're going for anything, any advice, any predictions.
They'll let me know. They'll call like sport betting will call me up, DraftKings. Hit me up.
All right, last question I've got for you.
Okay.
What are you looking for in your page in the next like 5 years? Where do you think it's gonna go? Or your golf journey? Do you see yourself? Do you want to get like signed by some major golf brand? Do you want to play with some, other golf influencer? Where do you see that?
So in the next 5 years.
5 years is a long time too.
That's a long time. I'll just tell you this, just like future wise, right?
Yeah, there you go.
1, I want to place top 10 in amateurs here in St. George, like in the local tournaments.
Nice.
I want to place top 10, and those are against like college players from BYU, Utah, Utah Tech here in St. George. Like I want to place top 10 in those amateurs, right? I have no intentions of going pro or anything like that.
Gotcha.
I have no intentions in like teaching or coaching of any sort. I'll give my advice to people if they ask.
Of course.
But as far as like the page goes, I would love to see it grow to where I would love to get a brand deal. That would be super cool.
Oh, absolutely.
Are my expectations there? No. It's this is a for fun thing. Yeah, that's right. You never know. But this whole thing is just for fun. I would love to play number 1. My number 1 goal is to play with Garrett. 1.
Oh yeah.
And not even do like it doesn't even have to be filmed.
Yeah.
I just want to like just play with him,
Yeah.
Pick his brain. How does he do this and this? Play with Bob Does Sports, I think that'd be super fun. So those are kind of like influencers I look up to. But one of my like next to Garrett, one of my like highest influencers I look up to the most, Mac Boucher.
Yes.
Lefty game,
Yep.
I want to like that's the guy. He's if I'm being honest, him and Garrett are like the big reasons why I started my page.
Really?
Like seeing how they do their things, I'm just like,
makes sense.
I want to be that. Right? And so
do you ever want to start a YouTube channel?
That is actually in the works.
I love it. I'm glad to hear that.
In October, that will be my I always told myself at like my 1 year, I'll do it because I want to be able to go out this summer to Lubbock and focus on like my work.
Yeah.
And then when I get back from summer, like I'm going to invest into all this equipment, like, drones, mics, cameras. And then that's where I'll be able to I'd like to hire an editor, someone who can come video for me. Because I feel like when you show quality in your videos, especially on YouTube, that's where it kind of it grows.
Oh, for sure. For sure. It goes long way. A long way.
Yeah. And so, but yes, YouTube is definitely in the works. We're looking at September, October is when it will start.
Okay.
We're I'm already posting shorts on there.
Yeah.
But those are just like what I'm already doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they're
For sure.
shorts. But those will be more like, 9-hole vlogs, 18-hole vlogs, tournament vlogs, right? And then
That's
also
cool.
like any potential like collabs with other golf influencers.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. I can't wait to watch that, man. I cannot wait. I watch Good a lot when I'm eating or late at night. So I can't wait to watch Malosigolf. That's the next one, man. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited.
Well, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So tell everyone where they can find you on social media.
Instagram, TikTok, Malosigolf, Malosi, and then just golf, all one word. Facebook as well, Malosigolf, if you're on Facebook. But yeah, that's where you can find me. YouTube will be soon, and that as well will be just Malosigolf.
Awesome. Well, hey, I appreciate you for coming on, brother. I really do. I appreciate this short time that we had talking together. I really wish nothing but the best for you. I cannot wait to keep watching this page grow, man. I'm so excited.
Thank you.
So excited for you.
Well, I appreciate you for messaging me and making this happen. This has been super fun. So I appreciate it.
All right, brother. Well, I'll let you go, and I'll thank everyone else for listening to this episode. And make sure you guys check out his page, give him a follow, leave some comments, and after that, like, share, comment, subscribe, do your thing. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week.